Well, hello again, and welcome to the Outlier Podcast. Today's a very personal topic for me, because it's about mental health, and I've suffered for a long time now, particularly with PTSD. So where to start? Today's a pretty good day. It's not the best, but it's certainly not the worst. Today's a good day because I managed to sleep for about 3 or 4 hours through last night without waking up. I didn't have to get up in the night and change the sheets because I was bathed in sweat. I wasn't haunted by the ghosts of things past, the smell of death, the traumatic stuff from childhood, the corpses grinning at me or trying to kill me. No, last night was not a bad night. I didn't wake up covered in sweat, my heart pounding, my stomach churning, disorientated, not knowing where I was, who I was with, just feeling that profound sense of panic and fear. Today, I woke up reasonably calm. It didn't take me half an hour to fight through the sense of just wanting to shut out the world and not do anything, just lie in bed. But I can't do that. Too many people rely on me. I rely on me getting up and doing the doing. No, today was okay, just a low level of anxiety, a little bit of churning in my stomach, a few little heart palpitations, a bit of tightness in my chest, but compared to some days, today's a good day. Today I didn't wake up feeling sick, or I wasn't enveloped in the blanket of blackness and despair. Today I could see a little bit of hope, a little bit of happiness. I could see that the world wasn't my enemy. Yeah, today's a good day. Today, I was able to go out the house without any panic, without any sense of fear or trepidation. I didn't think that something terrible was going to happen, even when there was no evidence that anything terrible was. I didn't have the dissociated feeling that I sometimes have, that I'm walking around in a bubble and I'm just not part of anything. Now today's a pretty good day. Today I didn't drive the car, and the thoughts in my mind were, why don't you just stick your foot down and crash it into a wall? Because that's what some days are like. I didn't feel like I was being crushed by circumstances beyond my control, by memories of past traumas, childhood, military, all the things that I've got with me day in, day out. Mental illness is tough. We may put on a face. We may look to the world like we're coping, but so many of us are not. And you know what? Being a Christian doesn't make it any easier. In some senses, it makes it harder. But as Christians, we're in good company. There are plenty of examples of really famous people in the Bible that suffered greatly with their mental health. Job. And how much do we who suffer mental health also suffer from the Job's comforters that love to come along and tell us that we should be healed. We need to get over it. We've committed some heinous sin that's creating this in us. We got some demonic force that's over us, a curse. So I'm sick of hearing it. We're ill. We struggle. We don't need your advice. We need your love. We need your care. We need your understanding. We don't need you to fix us. That's God's job. We just need you to walk with us, stick with us when we're at our most difficult. We're not looking for solutions. We're looking to get through the day, to manage it, to do what needs doing, to go to work, to go to the shop, to go to the gym, whatever it is we do that keeps us going day by day, that stops us lying in bed. Because if you lie in bed one day, what's to stop you lying in bed 2 or 3 or 4, just stuck there with your thoughts and your churning mind telling you, what's the point? Why carry on being here? It's too hard, it's too difficult. There are many, many people like us out there, and many of us are suffering in silence. Those of us that God has blessed with a tremendously understanding partner like mine, or a friend that sticks closer than a brother, that's what we need. We need you to bear with us when we're at our worst. We can't just make things better. We can't just get a grip. It's not possible. Our brains are broken or scarred in some way. It's hard to understand, if you don't suffer, just how much energy it takes to get through a day. Just how exhausting it is to stay on top and not to be overwhelmed. Read the Psalms. King David. How many times was King David in despair, asking God really to either crush his enemies or take his life? Elijah, after his biggest victory on Mount Carmel, went off into the desert and asked God to kill him, effectively. Even Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane, the level of anguish he was feeling, to sweat drops of actual blood, knowing what he was going to face and making that choice to face it for us. No, it's not easy having a mental health issue. It's not easy, and it's very lonely. And I want to say to those of you that can relate to some of what I'm saying now in one form or another, those of you that maybe Every day you want to be dead. You don't want to be here. You want to self-harm. You hear the voices in your head telling you to do things that you know are not from you. Or just that blackness of despair and depression, that pit that you fall into. I just want you to know that you're not alone. We may be broken, but we're not finished. God's got his hand on us, and God will sustain us day by day. There's a lot of talk about Paul and his thorn in the flesh, and some people think it's a physical ailment. I tend to think it's more some form of almost demonic mental torment. And God could have taken that away any moment he chose to. But he said to Paul, my grace is sufficient for you. And for some of us, yes, of course, pray for healing. Pray for God to take it away. But maybe he's saying, my grace is sufficient for you right now. For me, I know it's changed me as a person. It's made me empathetic. It's made me understand that I'm weak and I need God every single day just to function. It makes me realise that I'm not indestructible, that I may be strong physically, but sometimes mentally I've got nothing left. But God always sustains me. I'm asking those of you that don't suffer these problems to look around you. Look around you and just look beyond the mask. Try and see the people that are suffering, that are hurting. The people that you see every day that may look okay, but they're not okay. Look for the signs. Come alongside them. And don't try and fix them or give them advice. Because God rebuked Job's friends who tried to think that they knew what was going on for Job. Don't think for 1 minute you can know what is going on for somebody. But you can walk with them. So they're not walking alone. And sometimes that walk's in silence, and sometimes that walk may be a conversation or a prayer. But whatever it is, it's not for you to fix it. It's for you to display love and compassion and endurance. Because these things don't just go away. You don't walk with somebody for a day or 2 days or a week and then they're better. You may be called to walk with that person for the rest of their life. Are you prepared for that? One thing I know, God can and does heal. But God is sovereign, and God's plans are bigger and greater than we could ever know. One thing I try and do is try not to despise this mental health stuff, to actually see it as something that makes me a better person. Would I rather be without it? Of course I would. But if God thinks that right now he can work better through me by experiencing it, then okay. He can sustain me. There are many people like me, many people, many veterans who are struggling with the things that they've seen and they've done. We're not very good at looking after the people that we sent out to be damaged. We usually end up having to look after each other because nobody in power cares. We're we're disposable. But God never disposes of us. He's always there, waiting to help and encouraging us to help each other. I just want to give a shout out to Dion and the Bath PTSD camp for the work that they do. For those of you who don't know, go and look it up. It's just a bunch of broken guys just helping each other, just coming together. If you can support them, support them. If they can help you, don't think it's a weakness to ask for help. I saw 6 of my friends take their own lives because they didn't ask for help. And that spurred me to ask for my own help. And without that therapy and without God in my life, I wouldn't be sat here now talking to you. So never think it's a weakness. Some people come back with no arms and legs. Some people suffer horrific abuse or trauma in childhood. All of us share the same characteristics. We're scarred. Sometimes those scars open up and it's hard. It's tough. But I'm here as living proof that we can do it together. We can make it through. If you want to contact me in the comments or, look me up, send me a message. If I can help, I'd love nothing more than to just walk with you a while. But let me just ask you now, don't give up hope. If anybody watching this is feeling like, I can't do it anymore, I can't go forward anymore, this is the end, please, I've been there many times. Don't give up. There's a plan and a purpose for your life. Like I say, I'm just sharing a little bit of my life, what my life is like on a daily basis, and I'm hoping that someone somewhere might relate to what I'm saying. It's hard to talk about it. Even as I talk about it, I feel anxiety creeping up on me. But I want to do it for you guys. I want to do it for us. Gain some strength. Whatever it is, guys, whatever you need, reach out. And if it's more than anything that's changed my life, reach out to God. Even if you've never spoken to him before, even if you don't even know whether you believe in him or not, I'm telling you, he's there. He's real. He's waiting for you. Call out to him and he'll be there. Nothing to be embarrassed about, nothing to be ashamed of. Together we can do this. God bless you all. Speak again soon.